Good evening. I have this effect on mics. Can we give the restaurant, the servers, the chef, a big round of applause so loud they could hear in the back? Yeah, it's a big thank you for serving us tonight, serving us so well. And thank you so much for your warm welcome. Thank you for your voice. Strong, clear, and direct. That is the Canadian human rights voice. And I am proud to add my voice to yours in our shared goal of achieving social justice and human rights in Sri Lanka, here in Canada, and throughout the world. That's why we're here tonight. Like you, like many of you, I too am an immigrant. I came, many of us are. We came because our parents want a better world. And I am very proud to belong to a party that gives voice to your voice, to join with you. And as many of you may remember, back in 2009, it was the late Jack Layton, as the leader of the NDP, who came out on Parliament Hill and heard your voice. And yes, under his leadership, we sponsored the emergency debate on the devastating massacre that was going on in Sri Lanka at that time. With the emergency debate in 2009, we were able to put your cause on the map, and we've been calling for the UN expert panel's recommendation for an independent international investigation into the wartime atrocities. It's time that it happens. And I see quite a few of my conservative colleagues, and I see liberal colleagues here, and let us strongly go to UN and say this is something that needs to be done. My colleague Radhika talked about that since the war, what has been happening, the religious extremism, and then there's the disappearance, the killings, the exile of journalists. In fact, Sri Lanka is one of the worst places for journalists in the world. Worst, one of the worst. And that is one reason why people are not aware, as they should be, of the atrocities in the country. And one of the reasons why your voice, that of the Canadian human rights voice, is so important. We need to get that message out there. And you and I know, with that impeachment of the Supreme Court Chief Justice, that is a blatant attack on human rights. So I'm very glad to hear that my colleague said that not only will the Prime Minister not go to the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in the fall, I was told that there would be a commitment, a total boycott, if it is held in Sri Lanka. That is something that we push for. That is something that I heard that one of my colleagues, Rick Deister, have said that would happen. And I tell you, you're able to achieve that because you came out collectively pushing for it. So give yourself a hand. You managed to do something that was very difficult to do. I know that you're here not just about rights in Sri Lanka. It's the rights of all people. We have to be vigilant. In the UN right now, Canada is wavering badly on the rights of victims of sexual violence, women and others who have been tortured and raped. That is wrong, so we need to be at the forefront of this fight. We need to make sure that some of you that may have relatives in your home country, that you're able to bring your family here, and that the future waves of refugees coming to the shore of Canada, they too will get the welcome that I and many of you have received, because that is Canada's reputation, and we must maintain that reputation on human rights. Thank you. Lastly, I want to say that some of you are here as small business people or big business people. A friend of mine was teasing me about the blue that I was wearing. You know, blue is not just the conservative blue. It's the sky blue. It's the environment blue. It's the ocean blue. And yes, Chuck. And one of the things that show that we have an impact as New Democrats, in the last election, some of you may remember Jack Layton said, and my late husband said, we have to give small businesses a tax credit if they are hiring people. We believe that small business create jobs. And we know as New Democrats, if you look at Manitoba that has an NDP government, you know what is their small business tax? It's 0. Small businesses in Manitoba pays no tax. That is something, that's why when we were pushing for small business that they should get a tax credit when people are hired, I believe that is beginning to be implemented also in Parliament. So if we believe that diversity is our strength, your voice, the Canadian human rights voice, must be heard in the highest office of the land. And we're with you on this. We share the same goal. And together, our voices will be heard. Together, we can bring forth a world of justice and equality. And yes, we can change the world together with love, hope, and optimism. Thank you very, very much for being here tonight. I brought along greetings. May I have the president of... Is Babu, Mr. Are you here somewhere? Mr. President? Mr. President is out there. He's coming. He's coming. A special House of Commons congratulations for a successful event, 4th anniversary of your network dinner. Congratulations to you.